Okay, so let's dig into this. Today we're doing a deep dive on conscious creation. We're pulling ideas from the Luminara mindset stuff, specifically on the power of intention,
Mm.
right? And the goal here, our mission, is really to get past just, thinking positive. We want to understand the mechanics, how you can be a deliberate creator. We need to unpack that really key difference between setting a goal, the thing you chase, and setting an intention the way you are right now. Because the source material suggests this distinction is what puts the artist's brush back in your hand, so to speak.
Exactly. And actually, before we even talk about setting intentions, the source makes a big point about a foundational skill, something you need first.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
Well, I put it quite poetically. It's about learning to tell the difference between the, quote, fearful shouts of the ego and the loving whispers of our spirit.
Okay, fearful shouts versus loving whispers. That sounds profound, but maybe a bit abstract for some listeners. How does the source break that down practically, day to day? Because ego can just sound like being selfish.
Yeah, good question. What's interesting is they don't define it morally, like good versus bad. It's more about vibration or energy, the ego voice. That's resistance, fear, scarcity. It shouts because it's insecure, focused on what's wrong or what you don't have yet. The spirit, or maybe your aligned self, that whispers. It's the voice of calm, of knowing, of possibility. So just being aware of that inner chatter is step one. That's passive. Setting an intention, that's the active step. Choosing which voice, which energy you're going to steer with.
Okay, that makes sense. It sets the stage really well for the main topic. Because, look, we're all kind of trained to be goal-getters, right? Smart goals, 5-year plans.
Absolutely.
But this Luminara material argues that just having goals isn't enough. Sometimes it might even work against you if you don't have the right intention behind it. So let's really nail down that difference, the way the source sees it. A goal. External, future target, focused on doing something, measuring it.
Right.
An intention.
Yeah.
Internal, about being a certain way, embodying a quality right now.
Precisely. They use this great analogy, like sailing. The goal is the port you want to reach, way off in the distance.
Okay.
But the intention, that's how you choose to sail.
Yeah.
It's the direction you set your compass, the quality of your journey, the seaworthiness of your ship, maybe even the captain's mindset.
Okay, but hold on. If someone's really driven, successful, isn't focusing too much on just being a certain way, isn't that a bit, passive, like an excuse not to do the hard yards to hit the actual goal?
Yeah, I get that concern.
Like, why trade a concrete goal, earn $10K more this quarter for something fuzzy like, I am abundant?
That's a really critical point. And this is where the source brings in what they call the mechanics of consciousness. See, a goal is often tied to specific external things you can't always control. Market changes, stuff happens. And if you miss the goal, you feel like a failure, frustrated. And that just feeds the ego's fearful shouting again, right? See, I told you so. Intentions kind of bypass that. They work differently. The source talks about the universe being like this huge field of energy, always responding to the signals we send out.
Signals.
Yeah.
Like our thoughts and feelings.
Exactly. And if you're purely goal-focused, often the signal underneath is stress, maybe anxiety, the energy of lack, because you're focused on what you haven't got yet.
Okay. So the intention isn't meant to ditch the goal altogether. It's about changing the vibe, the quality of the signal you're sending while you're working towards the goal.
You've got it. It turns the chase into more of an aligned flow. Setting an intention is like deliberately tuning your frequency. It's a declaration. This is the energy I'm operating from. So even if the external goalposts shift, maybe that exact dollar amount changes if your intention is solid. Like, I operate from financial security and freedom. You stay aligned. Your actions start reflecting that higher frequency, and you might attract opportunities you couldn't have planned for.
Okay, that clicks. It makes the journey itself part of the creation process, which leads us perfectly to the how. If setting this intention, this alignment, is so important, how do we actually craft one that works, that has real power?
Right.
The source gives us 3 main principles. Let's take the first one. It feels a bit counterintuitive, especially if you're future-focused. Principle 1. Present tense embodiment. Why say it like it's already true?
Yeah, that trips people up sometimes. It's about how the subconscious mind works and how this energy field operates according to the source. They say the subconscious and the universe, they only really respond to what is, not what will be someday.
So if I say I want to be peaceful, I'm actually telling my subconscious
that you're not peaceful right now. You're reinforcing the current state, the lack of peace. The signal is still not peaceful.
Wow. Okay, so the words we use are literally programming our present feeling.
In a way, yes. You have to shift from wishing to being. So instead of the usual, I hope I lose weight, which just reinforces I'm someone who needs to lose weight.
Hmm.
The powerful intention is a statement of being. I am vibrantly healthy. My body is strong and energized. You're energetically stepping into that reality now.
And that makes sense. It links directly to the next one, principle 2. Positive, expansive language, we all sort of know, think positive, but the source seems to give a specific energetic warning about focusing on what you don't want.
Yeah, it's about where the energy goes. They say the field doesn't really compute negatives well. If you frame your intention negatively, like, I don't want to be anxious, you're still putting energy, focus, vibration on.
Yes.
Exactly. You're keeping the energy of the problem alive in your field. It's like trying to run away from something while constantly looking back at it.
Okay, so you have to shift from avoiding something bad to actively creating something good.
Precisely. Avoid, I don't want to feel stuck because it vibrates with stuck. Instead, go for something expansive. I am flowing with creative solutions. I move through my projects with ease and inspiration. See the difference. You're focused purely on the desired reality.
Yeah, it's total energetic redirect. Okay, so we've got the framing. Present tense, positive language. But the source says the real juice, the thing that makes it stick, is the third principle.
Yes. Principle 3, connection to feeling. The magnetic charge. This is honestly probably the most crucial bit and the one people often skip.
Why is it that?
Because it takes more than just words. The source puts it simply. Energy flows where emotion goes. The words are like the blueprint, but the feeling is the electricity, the magnet. It's not just chanting affirmations in the mirror.
Right.
It's about actually generating the feeling of the intention as if it's already fulfilled.
So saying I am abundant and prosperous isn't enough. I need to actually conjure up somehow the feeling of security, of freedom, generosity. That feeling first.
That's exactly it. That feeling signature is the magnetic charge that pulls the experience towards you. It's the difference between just thinking about cake and actually tasting it. If you're saying, I am rich, but you feel terrified about bills, the stronger signal is the terror. So the source says, take a moment. What does the fulfilled intention feel like in your body? Gratitude, peace, joy. Generate that feeling first.
Okay, this definitely asks for more internal work than just writing down goals on a spreadsheet. This is really about actively managing your inner state, the mechanics of consciousness in action.
You got it.
So let's talk application. Let's say someone feels stuck in their job, they want to change something more meaningful. Their goal might be find a new job title or get a raise. How does intention change how they approach that?
Great example. If the goal is just get a 20% raise, the underlying energy might be stress, scarcity, maybe feeling undervalued, I'm not paid enough.
Yeah, feeling of lack.
Right. The intention flips that. It focuses on the being, maybe something like, I am a channel for meaningful work. I attract opportunities that use my best talents and reward me generously for my unique value.
Okay, I see.
When you operate from that feeling valued, feeling purposeful, think about how that changes things. Your resume might read differently. How you show up in interviews, the networking conversations you have. You project confidence, value, not desperation.
It changes the energy you bring to the search. What about relationships? Say someone wants to meet a new partner or even just make some good friends. The goal is external. Find a person. How does intention work there?
Same principle. Focus on the internal state first. The source has a good example for friendship. Instead of the goal just being meet a new friend, the deeper intention is something like, I am open-hearted and authentic. I naturally attract loving and supportive connections into my life.
So you become the kind of person who attracts those connections before they show up.
Exactly. You become the vibrational match for what you're asking for.
Okay. And does this take a lot of time? People are busy.
Nope, and that's the beauty of it. The source suggests a really simple, quick ritual, something you can do, say, first thing in the morning, maybe before you even get out of bed or while having your coffee.
What's involved?
Just a few steps. Take some deep breaths to settle yourself. Quiet the mind. Try to tune out that ego chatter for a moment. State your chosen intention clearly in the present tense. And then this is key. Spend maybe just 60 seconds really feeling it. Feel it in your heart, in your body, as if it's totally real right now.
Just 60 seconds of feeling it.
Okay.
But then what? Do I just keep thinking about it all day? The source mentioned something about release.
Yes, the release is super important. Why? Because it prevents obsession.
Yeah.
When we have goals, we often grip them really tightly, right? Constantly checking progress, worrying, trying to force things.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
That tight grip actually signals anxiety, lack of trust. It's counterproductive energetically.
Hmm.
When you release the intention after setting it and feeling it, you're essentially saying, okay, I've done my part. I've set the frequency. I felt the reality. Now I trust the process. I trust the universe or my deeper self to handle the how and the when.
So you let go of controlling the outcome.
You let go of micromanaging it. The intention then becomes like this quiet guide. It subtly influences your choices, your words, your
Man.
actions during the day, often without you even realizing it. It's like the background music aligning things. That's what the source means by the mechanics of consciousness working behind the scenes.
Wow. This really reframes everything. It shifts the focus from just chasing achievements to cultivating alignment, the power of intention seen this way. It really does feel like it puts the creative control back with you.
Mm.
It forces you to think not just about what you want, but who you need to be to actually receive it or live it.
That's it, exactly. It's a
Right.
subtle shift, but it's huge. Moving from focusing only on doing to prioritizing being. And that quality of being, that's the signal you're constantly broadcasting into that field of potential.
Yeah.
It's about getting into the state of receiving, not just constantly striving.
Okay. Powerful stuff.
Definitely. So we've covered a lot, from telling the ego's shout from the spirit's whisper to the principles of crafting intentions and that crucial feeling component. Now, for you listening, maybe something to reflect on this week. The source actually suggests a really practical little experiment. Try crafting just one powerful intention for one area of your life that matters to you right now. Health, maybe. Connection. Career.
Okay.
Write it down. Present tense, positive, focusing on the being. Then, each morning for just 7 days, read it aloud. And then spend just 60 seconds, 1 minute, really feeling its reality in your heart. Feel the gratitude, the peace, whatever the feeling is.
And then release it for the day.
And then release it. Trust the course is set. The question to ponder is, if you genuinely dedicate just 1 minute a day to aligning your emotional energy with that desired state, and then let go, what small shifts, what little synchronicities, what unexpected doors might start to open up for you, that's the journey of becoming a deliberate creator.